baby, wind up.
Yeah. Oh, na, 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 na. Belinda, Belinda, oh. The love where they take me high, Belinda, Belinda, oh. Your love where they give me fire, yeah, you know, things where you did do it. You did make my grace survive. You did make my grace survive. Yeah, you know, things where you did do it. You did make my grace survive. You did make my grace survive. Hey, yeah, ungwa, yeah. Only you, yeah. Hey, yeah, ungwa, yeah. Only you, yeah. Belinda, 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 Belinda. Oh, your love, Belinda. All for you, Belinda. Belinda, 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 Belinda. Baby girl, you got me sprung. Right now, baby, I don't know what I for to again.
Good morning, friends. Good morning.
Only you I want.
To kick us off with some fresh Mr. Easy and MOH today. It's gone 1 minute past 10. How are you all feeling this morning? It's the weekend.
All day, in my dear,
Genuinely looking forward to the weekend still, you know.
right now.
It's exactly the same thing. No, it's not.
Tomorrow, baby, no.
Freedom.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Gonna let this one run through and then get into what we're doing on today's show. Fresh Fridays. Don't go anywhere.
You didn't make my grace survive. You didn't make my grace survive. You know, things where you did do it. You didn't make my grace survive. You didn't make my grace survive. Hey, yeah, yeah. Only you, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Only you, yeah. Belinda, 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 Belinda. Oh, your love, Belinda. All for you, Belinda. Belinda, 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 Belinda.
Love, give me kiss, baby, wind up. Give me dance, give me chance, baby, dance up. Give me love, give me kiss, make you wind up. I go down.
Loving the flavours on this one. Brand new from Mr. Easy. Playing nothing but brand new, fresh music this morning. It's Friday. It's Fresh Fridays. We're keeping the vibes fresh as we can. Hello. How are we all doing? Welcome to Cubcam TV. This is Brekky In The Cave. Myself, Kovu, in the hot seat today. We are going to be joined by Duke's Guy, of course. It is Fresh Fridays. We're carrying it on as normal. For those that aren't aware, I do normally run a breakfast show on Trickstar Radio, but unfortunately, we are unable to get in at the moment due to obviously the current situation. We are all kind of locked down. So yeah, we're taking things into our own hands, and we're using it to build up a YouTube channel such as this one. So out to everyone who is supporting the channel so far, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button and favoriting the video, leaving a little comment in the live section as well. Just let us know exactly how you're feeling, and we can get into some conversation. The phrase we've been saying is these are unsociable times, but we want to make them as social as possible via this wonderful thing we call the internet, essentially. So what's on the line today? We're going to be joined by a man like Jakebob from around 10:30. He's going to be on the line talking through the creation of his brand new rural project. We've got some tunes to play from it as well. I'm really looking forward to having the conversation, because somehow in all the years I've been doing radio, I have never, to my knowledge, actually sat down and interviewed Jakebob either over the phone or in person. So it's something that I don't know how I've never got around to doing it, but it's one we did have planned in. We just never really had a date for it, but it's something we're very much looking forward to doing. So as well as that, we're going to be getting into loads of fresh music. Of course, it is Fresh Fridays. We will be reviewing our favourites of the new releases. We've selected 10, and we'll be running through them between 11 and 12. So there we go. What we're going to do is kick off with some straight bangers this morning. Keep the good vibes rolling. This next one coming from Tipper Irie and Blend Mishkin. This one dropped earlier this week. This one goes by the name of Active, and it's a good one. That's what I'll say. It's a good one. 10:05 here. We're live on the Cubcam YouTube channel. Out to all them early morning locked in crew. Let us know how you're feeling and don't go anywhere. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button.
Yeah, a serious thing, a serious message. Yes, I am. I send out to my friend and my enemy. Them too. You can't sit down every day on the corner chat and I watch man business. And when a man a pass, you're begging my thing. You got to be active. From your nose say you want make it in a life, then take me advice. You got to be active. From your ears I go getter and you know say you want to be better. You got to be active. From you know you can sing and you know you can ride the rhythm. You got to be active to make things happen. Be active. Hey, you can't sit down and wait for things to come. You have to get up and make things done. And even when nothing I go on, you can't sit down and wait for my storm. I got to
loving the flavours on this one.
And make sure I nice up the land. Because for that, Mr. Ivy was born.
Old school twists on it as well.
From your nose, say you want
Tipper Irie and Blend Mishkin.
take me advice. You got
Locked in crew, leave a little message in that chat. I sees ya. Let's have a conversation. It's Friday morning, you know.
got to be active. From you know you can sing and you know you can ride the rhythm. You got to be active to make things happen. Be active. When Mr. Irie I no jerk, me not help no man from did no one work. Cause I will help you if you try it. Even though me know say we are no bonafide. Because you got to work the system. Don't wanna be another victim. No matter with the schism. You have to get up and do something. No, if not, maybe. Me not help no man from me no say him lazy. You could have magic or crazy. You see the hard work thing now face me. And no matter how we shuffle and deal, me no forget me next meal. And positive things will reveal. From you put your shoulder to the wheel.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, say you want make it in a life, then take me advice. You got to be active. From you is a go-getter, and you know, say you want to be better. You got to be active. From you know you can sing, and you know you can ride the rhythm. You got to be active to make things happen. Be active. Hey.
Wicked flavours on that one, coming from Tipper Irie and Blend Mishkin. Track entitled Active. Got some really kind of cool sort of old school twists on that one. The kind of keyboards and the kind of approach they've taken is really, really nice on it. I'm a big fan of that one. To be honest, I'm really enjoying a lot of the reggae music that is coming out right now. You know what I mean? There was a period where it went very, very synthetic, and personally I'm liking the fact everything's going back to that sort of I don't know, there's a sort of tint to it, you know what I mean? The sort of sound, there's a sort of I don't know if it's a Trojan kind of tint to it, but there's definitely something that kind of rings true on that, and it might be the kind of high-end piano keys that are going through it. But there we go. Wicked tune, that one. Tipper Irie and Blend Mishkin with Active. As I said before, today's going to be a wicked show. We are going to be joined by Jakebob on the line a little bit later on. But before that, we are going to, of course, be joined by Duke Sky. He's going to jump on the line in about 5 minutes or so. And with that, we're going to be looking at everything he's been up to over the last week. I'm trying to keep updated as possible with everyone. And yeah, there is a lot of stuff to talk about, you know. I mean, despite the fact everyone is locked down, we are all cracking on. We're finding things to do. We're finding new hobbies, new ways of passing the time. Myself, it has been the sort of formation of this channel, and also like doing little bits. I mean, yesterday, genuinely, I sat down And I didn't really have much to do yesterday afternoon, so I sat there and I went, you know what, I'm going to make a Foley sample pack. And I made a Foley sample pack, and it's done. So I'll be dropping that at some point next week. Also, I decided I'm going to release some music up and sat on for a little while as well, so that's going to be coming in the next few weeks as well. And we're going to be doing everything via this channel, so there's going to be a lot of activity going on. Out to everyone who has been like looking at the different things that we have had going on as well, the new videos, the new gaming stuff, just everything, man. It's really, really cool to see how the channel's growing so far, and it is very enjoyable indeed. But yeah, this is primarily a breakfast show. We are streaming from 10 till 11:30 from Monday to Friday. Fridays we push it out till 12 because there's so much new music to review, and I'll tell you what, there are some absolute bangers in there this week. We got brand new Luke November. We've been smashing that tune all week. There's new Jelani Blackman alongside Big Zoo. There's new Jabs, new Tiana Blake, new Shay Lingo alongside Getz. We're going to get into some new Hot Since 82 as well as some new Marshmallow, new Zach Oki, new Governor B, and new Fisher. That's going to be the listing for Fresh Fridays in just a little while, but there we go. So for the time being, we're going to jump into this one next. We're going to be looking at loads of different flavors this morning. This is a tune I got sent over yesterday, and it's from a artist called Idris Miles. The track goes by the name of Fool. It's something slightly different. Obviously, it didn't quite make the Fresh Fridays listing for this week, but it is still a banger regardless, so we're going to get into it right about now. Don't go anywhere, guys. Keep it locked, and if it's your first time looking in, make sure you hit that subscribe button because it makes a huge difference. The sooner we hit 100, the better.
Yeah. I mean, the king control that. I mean, the king control. Yeah. They don't know. They just wanna see me fool, but they don't know it's yeah. Hey. They don't know. They just wanna see me fool, but they don't know it's yeah. Hey, about to send them to the morgue this year. I want more this year. Oliver Twist mode this year. Oliver, let them go this year. Yeah, I want a tour this year. Surrounded by groupies and all of them groupies, man. I want an award this year. Yeah, anybody manifesting an L can keep it to themselves, but I'm down to win. I don't know what kind of crowd you're in. I don't know what kind of clown you is, but I don't f with that. Really, I ain't down for it. But that went over your head. Do I really have to tell them again? I was talking about clowns and I said I ain't down for it. Ha. I got powers in my pencil. I got demons in my mantle. Quit my ciggy for a manful. I spit fresh, dreadful. But I got passion, but a handful. I don't really have to tell you. I do this for me, man. I care for you. You get air. Yeah, put your cups in the air. King about to make him a toast. And I'm not talking about bread, but we do the most. Break fast in your goals. Ay, we could walk, but tons and that come for your soul like ducks do with oats. I'm a boss like Hove. It's cool, you're sourdough, right? It's making shows. Ay, scoot in that boat. The only time I use codes. Tell the man where to roll. The only time I do roll. Swear down, that's no joke. Ay, I'm just trying to make it home with a healthy balance of my bros. But they don't want to see me win. They rather have me in smoke. Weird flex, I don't know. Hey, they don't know. They just rather see me fool, but they don't know it's who. Yeah, they don't know. They just wanna see me fool, but they don't know it's who. Yeah, whoa, wait, pause. Weird flex. They don't wanna see me there, rather see me in the flesh. They just wanna see me dead. They don't need it there. Yeah, tell me what? Told me instead of a text. Yeah. I be the king, I tell them. Yeah. That's me. Hey. That's cool. Yeah. They don't know. They just wanna see me fool. But they don't know it's yeah. Hey. They don't know. They just wanna see me fool. But they don't know it's
that one there coming from Idris Miles, track entitled Fool. Absolutely wicked vibes on that one. Really liking the direction it's taking. It's kind of like in between that sort of UK hip-hop style and a lot of that more sort of like post sort of trappy vibes as well. I suppose the instrumental is quite different. It's quite expressive in the way it's been put together. But yeah, there we go. That's one of the new ones we wanted to talk about this morning. Really cool tune, and definitely one that I was very happy to be sent over. As I said before, we do try to keep the vibes very, very rotating here on the Breakfast Show. I get bored of listening to the same thing over and over again, so it's not just a rap show, it's not just a reggae show, it's not just a dance music show. We do like to explore so many different routes and flavours. Now, we have already played a reggae tune this morning, but I do want to get into this one next from an artist goes by the name of Inner Vision. This one features A Million Stars, and we're going to get into this one right about now, and then we're going to get on the line with Duke Sky, who I believe has just rung me, so don't go anywhere.
Greetings in the name of the Most High Christ. When you're rising in the morning, you have to give thanks for life. Don't bother idle and waste your time. Listen up, youth. Truth will set you free, no matter follow, no lie. One life to live, as I would say. Income in the mountain called Inner Vision, alongside Pain, I Mr. Million Style. Talk to the youth.
Every time I take another breath, not a no tears. To live another day and this your life. Opportunity can tighten up every connection and make us much stronger for the fight. Sometimes you need to roll that dice, no reward without risking. The right move, checkmate, you own the kingdom. You're giving a day to go, enjoy every moment. Well, might not be perfect, but just conquer. 110% we are live. And every day I wake up, strive to live positive. We not gonna let them action take away from the vision. Well, my core reaction is my own intuition. La la la, 110% me I live. And every day I wake up, strive to live positive. We not gonna let them action take away from the vision. Well, my core reaction is my own intuition. La la la, don't waste no time. Don't waste no time. 'Cause you never know just where you're at. No, 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 you never know just where you're at. No, don't waste no time. Don't waste no time. Yeah, 'cause you're never gonna get it back. No, 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 you're never gonna get it back. No,
Hey, living I didn't know you what to living I didn't know. Life is a movie, you the star in the show. Once you fear the Lord, then give you wisdom to know what to do and where you really supposed to go. Some see life like a whole heap of time to kill. Judge our work never stops, so no time to chill. Laziness is just like a poisonous pill. Flesh is weak, but the spirit make you find your will. Do your daily duties and don't waste no time. Your eyes wide open, but you're gone like you're blind. Truth will set you free while the devil keep blind. I know life rough, but you got to keep trying. 'Cause you will never get back the time where you lost. So better praise and show up with died on the cross. The only one perfect without any flaws. Keep your commandments and laws. When you're rising in the morning, you have to give thanks for life. Don't bother idle and waste your time. Listen up, youth.
Don't waste no time. Don't waste no time. 'Cause you never know just where you're at. No, 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 you never know just where you're at. No, don't waste no time.
One life to live is I would
Don't
say.
waste no time. Yeah, you're never gonna get it back. No, 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 you're never gonna get it back. No.
Sounds of Inner Vision on that one, alongside the sounds of Million Styles. We are live on the line with a man like Duke Sky. How are you doing this morning, my good friend?
Hey, yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, man.
My equally good friend.
Yeah, no, I'm not bad, man. I'm not bad. I've been like floating around, keeping myself busy. As per, I have hit a couple of points of boredom this week, though. I've got to say, which wasn't pleasant.
What have you done to combat that?
Well, I think it was Wednesday. Wednesday evening. I found myself quite bored, and what I'm actually finding myself doing more than anything else is actually putting off things that I know I'm going to enjoy.
Okay.
So it's like I can save that for when I'm even more bored than this. But more,
so it's like a treat.
Yeah, literally. And then more than anything else, I'm just trying to like get ahead with projects that I would normally not necessarily be that ahead on. Like, as you can imagine, this is me we're talking about here. I've been just like cracking on with South Point work, cracking on with with 3000 work, like getting ahead of the game with a lot of things, getting like articles done like 2-3 days in advance, like little things like that. But yeah, then in the evenings I've pretty much just been gaming with all of the Discord lot, and then
that's when you can do the stuff you enjoy.
Yeah,
that's when you have your treat.
Pretty much, yeah. And then
like Pavlov's dog, but you're both Pavlov and the dog.
I like that as an analogy, to be honest with you. But yeah, how have you been passing the time then?
Oh mate, I've watched more films than I even knew were existed in this world. We share this one. What did I watch last night? It was with Matthew McConaughey. It was a Guy Ritchie film, though. The Gentleman.
Oh, The Gentleman. You know what? I think that's a great film. I watched it in the cinema a couple of weeks ago.
It was a great film. You know what? Because with Guy Ritchie films, you have to sort of just take it with a pinch of salt. You know, he's like Quentin Tarantino if someone just slipped a little bit of acid in his coffee.
Yeah, essentially.
I was thoroughly entertained throughout that. But no, other than that, just doing a bit of home exercise. Still been doing a bit of bike riding every now and again, because obviously that's quite easy to do with the social distancing. No, that's about it, mate. To be honest, I think it's just trying to fill the time with stuff that's not going to make you go insane.
Yeah, trust me, man. I think more than anything, I'm in quite a lucky position because I am someone who works from home normally. I can crack on with a lot of things that I would normally be doing. But I think for a lot of people now, we're 2 weeks in. And for a lot of people, I think this is where people are starting to go, wait, what am I supposed to do now? I've done everything. What else am I supposed to do? I think now over the next sort of 5 to 6 days is when we're going to start to see people really like find new hobbies and find things to pass the time, because they'll need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting when people like when this does eventually like even back out and we return to somewhat of normality. How much of this, what effect this will have on everyone, and the stuff that people are doing now. Like, will you value the stuff that you thought was a chore before? Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how people's mindset changes, I think.
Definitely, man. So today we've got a very interesting show. We're going to be looking, of course, at Fresh Fridays a little bit later on. You've seen the track listing. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite, very UK-centric this week, which is good as well. I like that.
Definitely, man. I think, as well as that, I think it seems to be very much a... it's very much a single week by the looks of things. There's a couple of album projects that have dropped, but we're primarily focusing in on the singles, which is quite cool. Obviously, there's new...
Shouts to Manga Saint Hilaire. I think he's got his project out, but we've got... I think we're in the midst of times where artists are going to be dropping a lot of singles. Yeah. And a lot of them are most likely going to be singles that wouldn't have otherwise seen the light of day.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, I think we're quite lucky in that aspect. I think there's very few silver linings with this whole corona isolation thing, but that is definitely one of them. I think artists are going to not be able to go to studio. They're going to be sat at home with their hard drive, and they're going to be like, well, I could drop this one. Yeah, fully.
We're almost going to see like the emptying of the hard drives, the emptying of the hard drives and the archives are going to be expanded. There we go. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into a tune in just a second. However, I want to quickly discuss a couple of football bits, obviously, because we normally talk about football. The big news this week has been so far that the Belgian league has awarded Club Brugge the title.
Has it?
Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah, it's officially handed the title to Club Brugge, and I think there was one game left to play in the Belgian league, or something along those lines.
Oh,
so it's a difficult one to kind of compare to the Premier League, but by the looks of things, the Premier League isn't resuming anytime soon. So
no, I can't see it resuming anytime soon. And when it does resume, I think it's inevitable that it'll be behind closed doors, because I think they're gonna seek to play at the nearest available opportunity, and I think that opportunity is going to be far before people are allowed mass gatherings.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they'll probably find some little backdoor rule where they can just do it in an empty stadium. So I do think that they're going to complete the season, unfortunately. But I don't think you could do it. I don't think you could just hand it out like they've done in Belgium if they only had one game left.
Yeah.
So we still got good. Well, Arsenal still got 11 games to play. So.
Exactly. I mean, what's that? That's a possible 33 points. That's
33 points.
That's a huge difference. That could be the difference between like a confirmed a confirmed European place or like a relegation battle. Realistically, that's the difference this season.
Yeah, for sure. So now it'll be interesting to see see how they handle it and who they upset, really, because someone's getting upset. It's just how.
Yeah,
how
it's either one group of people's getting upset or everyone else is getting upset. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's a very loud one group of people.
It is. You know what it is as well. More than anything else, I think the thing that's most bizarre about it is I think most football fans in the UK had kind of come to accept that Liverpool were going to take the title like quite easily, and then this has happened, and everyone's kind of going, "Wait, what?
There's a chance.
There's a chance."
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah, it's literally that fucking meme, really. It's just encapsulated. You know, I think I speak for everyone when I say I would happily resume football in a second, even if it meant Liverpool winning the league tomorrow. I would happily resume football just to get it back in my life. I'm craving it right now.
It's quite bizarre, isn't it? Like, how, I mean, the maddest thing is all of the kind of like sports channels and stuff like that, they've been putting out more content than you would normally expect, primarily because there isn't any live content, but they've been doing like top 10s of everything. They've been doing the best left back goals of the Premier League and stuff like that. They're literally just like scraping the footage to find as much content.
Goals scored by 22-year-olds.
Like literally, I think there was a tribute to David Beckham's 25th anniversary of his Premier League debut yesterday on Sky Sports.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay, like
ordinarily that would get like a little 5-minute segment on Sky Sports News.
This was a 2-hour premiere. Had speakers from around the world all doing Skype conversations and I'm exaggerating, but yeah, there we go. We're going to get into this one next then from East Ghost. This one is Voyeur, and then after that we're going to get onto the phone with man like Jakebob. I'm really looking forward to chatting to him this morning, especially about this new project. There's some bangers on there. It's all very, very different as well.
He only deals in bangers, does Jakebob.
He does indeed. He really, really does. So let's get into this one. And also we can talk a little bit about the thing I saw popping up on your Instagram yesterday. This hidden single. What is it called? The Unreleased Music Challenge. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the Unreleased Music Challenge. Yeah, shouts to Pav getting me involved in that. Getting me to dig up something from the archives. So I thought, especially with Jakey coming on today, it was quite apt, quite appropriate to fling that up.
Definitely, man. So what we're going to do is jump into this one, then we're going to get him on the phone, and we'll go from there. So don't go anywhere, guys. Keep it locked. It's the Cubcam TV YouTube channel. If it's your first time listening, make sure you are subscribing and leaving a little comment. Don't go anywhere. Right then, we are live on the line this morning. Man like Jakebob joins myself and Duke Sky. How are you doing this morning, sir? You all good?
Easy, brother. Yeah, I'm blessed, man. What you saying? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Very much trying to crack on during this unusual and uncertain time. But yeah, just cracking on, man, more than anything else. And I think more than anything, it's time to embrace that kind of Jakebob spirit of just continuously working regardless of the scenario.
Non-stop rhythms.
Trust me, man.
You know.
So what we obviously we're here today to talk about Rural, which is the big project you've been working on. It's something that is very kind of different. I'd say it's your most kind of like complex body of work in how it's been put together. But as I was saying earlier, I realised a couple of days ago actually that this is the first time we've done a proper interview scenario. So what I wanted to do is kind of get a bit of background, like a bit of history on yourself. Like, when was the first time you found yourself making music?
Oh god, the very first time, probably. I can remember, yeah, my dad, we always had guitars and stuff growing up. My dad and my mum both played brass instruments in it, that's how they met. But my dad played the guitar as well, and my brother played it more heavily, but I kind of just picked it up and messed about with it. And I remember messing about with the guitar in my bedroom, being like, oh, I made that up. And then I had guitar lessons real early, from like, probably like 7, then drum lessons when I was about 10. And carried, 11, sorry, that was through high school. All through high school, I learned the drums and played the drums. But first started making kind of rap music about 16 in college, and then producing music from about 18 once I left college, and then just carried on doing all of it apart from the guitar and drums, really.
Wicked, man. So that's quite like a kind of mixed musical upbringing then. It's something that's been very much a prominent part of your life pretty much since birth.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, brought up in a very like musical household, like always playing music. I remember one of my first like musical memories. I got 2. Yeah, one, I was on my PC, or the first ever PC we got. Again, I was probably about 7 or 8 or something. And I remember going through all the CDs in my house and ripping them on Windows Media Player and like organising them, and like having it. And there was Jimi Hendrix, AC/DC, like Led Zeppelin, all them like classic 70s rock albums and that. Yeah, man. And then the other one was when I was watching The Simpsons and Highway to Hell came on at the end of it. And my dad goes, oh, yeah, I've got this on vinyl. And we went up into the loft and he like pulled it out, and I remember being like, wow, like seeing the cover of it. And that was amazing.
That's wicked, man. I mean, it's obviously when we ask these kind of almost like origin stories of producers and rappers and stuff when they come on the show, it's always interesting to hear whether they've come from sort of musical backgrounds or whether it's been like a particular song they've heard that's made them go, oh, I want to do this, or whether it's them catching like a vibe in a rave or something like that. So it's definitely quite interesting to hear. So when you were like first making music, then who were the sort of main people influencing you? Because obviously you are primarily based in sort of grime, UK rap, those sort of areas there. Like, who were the people that were first kind of sticking in your mind with the sound you wanted to make?
MC wise, I would say it was people like Socks was definitely a massive influence on me growing up, watching loads of, especially in being from Birmingham, which is obviously a bit closer.
I was going to say, yeah.
I'm based in a little town in the Midlands, which nobody's really heard of, called
Leinster Gang.
Leominster. Everyone always pronounces it Leominster. They're like, yo, Leominster.
do you know the mad thing about that though? Literally, whenever I say Leominster, they get people. Because you've told me that before. Whenever I say, oh yeah, he's based in Leominster, they go where, and I go, oh, it's spelt Leominster, and they go, oh, is it not pronounced Leominster? And I say, no, it's Leominster. Trust me. And they go, I think you're wrong on that one.
Uncultured swine.
It's like the people on the BBC who say Shrewsbury. It's like, you don't say that, brother. You don't live there. It's called Shrewsbury. The haven of the shrow, do you?
Yeah. So I was just thinking, the animal called the shrow.
Yeah. That's it. They've all just spent too much time watching the telly. But, yeah, man. I can't remember what I was on about before.
About influences.
Yeah. So Socks, he was a massive influence. JME as well. He was probably one of the first few grime artists, and I like proper deep discography and listen to like all of his tunes and be like, wow, this guy isn't just like talking rubbish. Because like before that, I still listened to rap, but obviously it was a lot more American-based rap and kind of like gangster rap, like flipping Ludacris or Dr. Dre or flipping Lil Jon, like stuff that was on games and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Or films and things like that.
Nothing real, like relatable.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone like Jeremy's definite alternative.
Yeah, exactly. And especially from like a UK perspective, where you're hearing all these things that you can relate to, even though if you're outside of London, and even if the tunes are still like 5, 6, 7 years old or whatever, like it was really refreshing to hear somebody talk about literally anything and make it sound wicked on a tune, like food or flipping going out for a night out or chatting to your mum or literally anything. Like he could make a beat, spit on it, and it would be like a whole complete tune without seemingly effortlessly.
That's true. That's one of my favourite Jamie tunes as well.
You know what? I'm going to say exactly the same. It's the one that sticks in my mind where someone says, if someone says to you like, "Oh, what was JME? What's JME like?" Food is the first tune that always jumps out at me because it was like
McDonald's.
I think more than anything, it had that very much like early grime flavour to it. Pardon the pun. But it also had like very much typical JME. Kind of that typical JME approach of building a tune out of anything to it as well.
Exactly, yeah, and it was just not taking itself too seriously, which I think JME's mastered to a T. I think you can see that influence in yourself as well, Jakey. Like some of the bars that you drop, it's like just off the cuff, like tongue in cheek, jokey kind of things. I think that's important, man, because you need a bit of lightheartedness in amongst all the serious chat, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I think that was something I tried to take away from it as well. Is that if I'm writing something, I try and think like, if I'm writing this, I'd make sure I would actually say it in it. Sometimes I'll write something that I'll have actually said to somebody like a few days ago or a week ago or a month ago or something, and think, well, like that, like I can write that down, and that can be taken out of context and be put into different context.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. I mean, it's all very interesting to talk for. I really do like hearing about people's influences, and obviously that JME reference, as Juki said, that is definitely something that comes through, especially in the structuring of your writing. I'd say as well, the fact that it's not just like 4-bar, 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 like very much flat structure. You do kind of like expand on the boundaries.
It's quite choppy. Yeah,
quite choppy, which I think is definitely a trait of JME, and I think it's more experimental than your sort of average grime MC, I'd say.
No, I appreciate it, man. It's like trying to be a bit more loose with the music, innit, and just like take it in whatever direction it comes with you, rather than just trying to be like, yo, I'm a cat, I sit on a mat, and it is black.
That's it, though, still.
The bars, straight up bars. What we're going to do, before we carry this conversation on, I do want to get through as much music as we can this morning, so we're going to jump into a tune off the album. This one goes by the name of Walls. Talk me through the creation of this one.
This one was actually the last tune I made for the album. I'd actually pretty much done the track list, and then I recorded this tune, and I gave it to Mojo at Chameleon Audio to mix and master. Big up Mojo every time. And we just decided basically it deserved to go on there, so we just stuck it on there. It's a 160 beat, so it's a bit faster than the grime beat I'd normally make, but it was just like as soon as I made the beat, I was like, I love this tune. So I just voiced it straight away, and then it was just that, man. Just wrote it, voiced it, slapped it on the album. Why the flip not?
I love the attitude, man. One question before we do get into this, though, is how many times do you finish an instrumental and immediately go, right, I want to vocal it?
Or get halfway through an instrumental.
Yeah, usually it'll be like I'll usually start it with the intention of making something to voice, innit? And I'll sit down and say, right, I want to make... there was a point where, like, a period where I was making purely album tunes. I was like, right, I'm not going to make set tunes for DJs and stuff anymore. I'm going to sit at home and make tunes for this album. But sometimes I'll still be making a random grime tune out of nowhere. I'll be like, at the end of it, I'll be like, yo, this is hard, I need to voice it. But I feel personally, my own style is, I'm a bit more selective, even about my own beats and stuff. Like, I don't know, there's certain things that I feel that make me sound better, so I just try not to waste my time on other stuff that I think, I might just be a bit half-assed or something. But quite often I would make a tune and be like, oh, I need to voice it. Or send it to somebody else to voice.
There we go. Right, let's get into this one then. This one is Wolves. We are live on the Cub Cam YouTube channel. Man like Jakebob joins myself and Duke Sky this morning. It's Fresh Fridays. Don't go anywhere.
It's just a black thing. It's a dub and it's nothing. Listen, that tune. That's my favourite tune today, surely is
Jakebob, yeah?
All walls around me and the space is getting thin. Tearing through the sheets, can't waste my weeks, I'm meant to win. Start, present, begin. And it's not about a bringing, but what I'm leaving for my bits. And I still bring plenty in. And on beats, bring heavy kicks. On trains with smelly zips. Ease pain with medikits, so my eyes are corbined. I told you that I'm built for this, applied the warning. Cause bare man are just milking it and times are boring. Mind is soaring. Level Bartos, I be how I walk in. And ask Carlos for his final thoughts on the situation. My era of Argos catalogues and PlayStation 1s. All day skate the park with mates who are my ones. We grinded and it never stopped. And now the vision clear for big play, big belly guap. My first policy is to turn the telly off and focus. And I'm out here in the daytime fitting Novus. Somehow you don't notice, just know this. Bear man don't have style, they're taking it cause they're poachers. Are all your assets jackets, mate? I just think you're a poser. I just think they're a waste, man. And more time save my breath cause I won't take fam. Or tempt fate. Music is the root, I won't abuse it just to get paid. Acting super funny for the views is for them funny guys. Them man aren't Canadian, nobody guys. I do this for my close ones. I never wanna leave her, but I gotta put my coat on. And I've been ghosting for so long, and it's so long, but still I'm flinging out Percy's, trying to get that cash flow, like a PRS bursary. I see my tea like Castro, that's why I'm so thirsty. Don't do gym or macho, and that's why I just burn weed. I sing the hymn of Capo, so clear the way when I'm versing. Get the forward on my tune while I'm reversing. I tried to find your style, I was up and I was searching. You could be an aircraft, but I'm higher, that I'm certain. Rizzler sheets like curtains, strawberries and I burn them. I always ride the wave, I know my seams, I'm due to burst them. Not every check got paid along the way, but now we're learning. For that paper we burst in, Diablo and splurting. Air Force no German, but my drive's still purring. Four walls around me and the space is getting thin. Tearing through the sheets, can't waste my weeks, I'm meant to win. Start, present, begin. And it's not about a bringing, but what I'm leaving for my bits. But I still bring plenty in. And on beats bring heavy kicks. On trains with smelly zips. Ease pain with medikits, so my eyes are corbined. I told you that I'm built for this, applied the warning. Cause bear man are just milking it and times are boring. Space is getting thin. Can't waste my weeks, I'm meant to win. What's going on each and every day? I just think, wow. Heavy kicks, smelly zips. Eyes are always corbined. Built for this, applied the warning. Milking it, times are boring.
Right then, sounds of Jakebob on that one with Wolves. We are live on the line with Jakebob and Duke Sky right about now. It's Fresh Fridays. We're having a good start to the morning. That one's a wicked tune, man. And again, something I kind of clocked about this project more than anything else. It definitely feels like a project where you're taking much more of like a, without it sounding like too like indie, but much more of a sort of singer-songwriter approach, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit different to just a sort of like normal freestyling tunes that I was putting out before, really.
Definitely, man. And I think what I want to know is, when you were putting it together, did you have like a plan for the album, or were you pretty much just going, right, I'm going to make a tune, and if it's good enough, it's going on there?
Pretty much. It was a bit of both, really. Like, my music has always been a bit slapdash and put together and just like, yeah, that would do, stick it out, why not? And like, I kind of wanted to do a little bit more than that, and thought I wanted to up my own levels a little bit without sounding too cheesy and that. But like, it was really important to me that I wanted to produce everything on it, because obviously a lot of people know me really for producing rather than MCing, which I did first. So I thought I'm going to utilise on that, and just because I love making beats, I'm going to make all these beats anyway. And then with the vocals, I probably, more so than not, I just let the beat speak to me. I wait till a certain beat was, if the beat slapped enough for me to want to write to it, that would usually mean to me that it's probably going to be a good enough tune for the album.
Okay.
Because it was my own beat rather than somebody else's. And I would reach out to people like Popsy, Sutty, Joso. The tune with Rat J was something we'd already done, and we couldn't find a home for it for ages. We were kind of umming and ahhing about where to put it, and then I said, actually, this feels like a really good place to fit really well.
Okay, so just getting like the sort of selection process more than anything else, it was very much a case of you're almost waiting for the tracks to stand out as you were making them, and then going bang, that's going in that folder, that's going in that folder, that's going in that folder. Yeah,
pretty much, and I did that for about 6 to 9 months, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. I can't really remember, but until I had 12 to 14 tracks, and actually no, there was a few more, and there's a few I took out and said it was. That I didn't want, but yeah, pretty much I kind of let them select themselves, really.
Wicked, man. I mean, do you feel this this kind of album has changed? I mean, looking back on it now it's out there. Do you feel this has kind of changed the way you're going to approach stuff in the future as well?
Yeah, defo. I think it makes me want to put just as much and more effort into everything I do, basically, and try harder, because I don't know. I came to a bit of a realization that it doesn't really matter like what you say or all these things, and it's the stuff that you put out that leaves the mark in it. And like, you could chat the most rubbish online, or you could do X, Y, Z, but if you actually put a load of time and effort into a body of work and leave it there, it will get like picked up by the people that it needs to, or the people that actually care about it will respond in the right way. So that's how I want to like respond to making music, really. Definitely,
man. I think as well as that, what I kind of wanted to ask is what was the thing that made you kind of realise that?
I don't know, man. It's probably just my own trials and errors and stuff, really. Like, sometimes you might, I don't know, I find I might work with somebody and you might get an idea of something, or you'd be like, oh, I want it to be like this. Like, you're going to put a tune out and you want it to get picked up by a certain DJ, or you want it to get plugged, or you want it to do a certain thing. And it's just like, a lot of the time, those plans have never, like, actually come to life. But with the stuff that was more, like, organic, and I'd have fun with my mates doing something and we'd have a laugh, or like, I don't even know, like with the artwork, the thing with the artwork for this album, I really went in with it, with the geezer who designed it, called Elliot, Soundboy Better Know. But I just see bare people doing slapdash artworks and like projects that have got really good tunes on, and I'm just thinking the art doesn't represent the tune. I think that's because it's a digital age and everyone's just looking at things on computers, but I wanted to have something that when you saw it straight away, it was like, wow, like he's put time and effort into making that look sick before you even know what the tunes sound like.
Definitely, and I mean, there's an old saying that's from catering that I've kind of taken with me into this sort of music game, which is the first bite is with the eyes, which is definitely something that sticks with me.
Yeah, I think that's true. No, I was going to say I think that's true in a lot of aspects of life. To be fair, so it's a good little quote.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's ideal to, if you you just show that you made it look like you gave a shit. Sorry to say, I don't know if I can swear or not.
Yeah, you can swear.
Yeah.
I love it. But if you make it look like you actually give a bit of a shit, so that, like you say in it, the first thing they're going to lay their eyes on and look at it, it makes people, I don't know. When I see somebody do a wicked artwork, I think, wow, you've taken your time out with that in it, and that's what I think is that level of appreciation will be shown by the people who actually care in it, and they will reach out and say, "Yo, you did good," and that's all it means.
No, it is very, very sick artwork. I love the logo as well. I do love the logo.
Thank you, man. That was another thing that took flipping ages to get worked out, but
yeah, that's important though, because that's like the visual representation of you. If you're like stylistically, I think people do a lot of interesting stuff with logos, and I think the way you've done it, so you can get the JB stuff as well as the Jakebob, I think it works really well.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, who did that? DDS, his name is David, good lad from Scotland, top designer.
Nice.
So when we're looking at this, before we jump into this next tune, which I want to do quite quickly, it's out, I believe, on a CD4 panel digipack. That's what it's being advertised as. So how did this come together? Like, how was the process?
Same sort of thing I had in my head. I was like, I wanted to do a physical release. The very first vocal release I did, probably before I met you, was like a CD mixtape that I definitely shouldn't have put out because they were just like YouTube Rick beat stuff, like big producers and that. I definitely shouldn't have done. I wanted to one up that. I was like, I had this idea that I want it to be physical. I want it to be something that I can hold and keep with me forever. Even like, I want something that will outlive me, basically. And I knew the ones I did before were sleeves, so I thought I wanted like one up that a bit. I want to have like an open pack that you can, like, stick on your shelf and that, and look at the spine and all that. Yeah. And just worked with the template, worked with the designer. And just went through each kind of panel by panel, put all the effort into the front cover, the back cover obviously with the track listing, and then on the insides we had the CD and the shout, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it was just an idea I had, man. I just wanted it to be CD. I wanted to drop CDs first to let people have a go with that, and then just see how it all came. Are you happy with the final product? Yeah, I'm really happy. The guy who dealt with the CDs was an arsehole though, because bare people have been saying to me like, "Oh, who did them? It looks amazing." I don't want to give him any work. I tell you now, I'll give you an exclusive. He said to me, he was like, "Oh, you've sent it upside down," and I said, "Mate, in my first email, I checked the orientation. I said, is this okay?" And he said, "Yeah." And then he said, "Oh, to reprint it, it's going to cost £25." And I said, "I already checked though. Can you do it for free?" He said, "Oh, I'll send you the upside down ones." I said, "Give me a refund. I'll go somewhere else." And he did it for free. But he was a knobhead about the whole thing, innit? Yeah. So Graham, don't get coronavirus, but chill out, mate.
Wow.
Go outside and mingle with people.
Yeah, that's it. Go to the Royal Albert Hall or something, man.
Right, we're going to get into the next track then that we wanted to talk about today. This one is Final Path, alongside Tints. Talk to me about this one as a collaboration.
Cool. Yeah, I love the beat. This was one that I made the beat and then sat on it for a couple days, and then I was chatting to Tints, and I wanted to get Tints on my album because I just think he's a wicked MC. I think he sounds really different to loads of people at the moment, and I really rate him. So we've been talking about doing a tune. I sent him this and I said, "Hey, why don't we double up on it in the album, do 232s each?" And yeah, just came out like that.
Good stuff, man. Right, we're going to get into it right about now. Don't go anywhere. We are live on the Cub Camp TV YouTube channel.
My brother Tints.
Send that skank man Jakebob.
Yeah. Tried a few, that's exercise. And your path is not next to mine. Wanna be the best, gotta rectify. And make a change with the best inside. Best in the outside, I'm better off in it. I spent years just strolling around on my digits. The plan is to graft and win it. Fax and kill it. I'm old school like Faxon when my old man puts the roach in after he bill it. Blue skin mastery with it. So now time's getting on, is it meant to be? I'm trying to dodge penitentiaries while reaping through to the heaven seeds. When time is a bitch, you just get to work. I think to the days I was broke and fell in dirt. Now I just get hands dirty. Jam with a big man sinking deep like quicksand. I'm big way before 30. I know the sick plan, tight circle and big grands. Now I want way more than 30. With all day money on Samsung QWERTY. And all black tints on my right, so swervy.
So dark inside, I know that my mind ain't clear. Every day walking the streets, I see that this life ain't fair. I'm destined for more, like why am I here? What is my purpose? When problems occur, I wish they would disappear. But I'm standing strong and I stand and face my fears. Put some smoke in the air, writing my bars, avoiding the blue lights on top of cars. As I'm on a journey and I hope my bars will take me to places that take me far to a better life on the righteous path. Where's the light? Cause it's done been dark. Friends take you there, but who brings you back? That's harsh. Lessons in life were hard. Too many roads to take, so many choices. Which one should I make? Time is ticking, I ain't getting younger. As I grow, same time, that's my hunger. I'm more with the taking risks. I'm sick of the sitting down as I think and wonder. Make calls waiting, but I stay remaining patient as I demolish this starter. Working my craft until it gets dark and sharp like a fresh air line from the barber. Haunted by my past, I'm waiting to meet that bitch called karma. Life is monopoly, the community chest is empty. I turn to a chancer. Final lap, final chance. I give my all like my final bar.
No more after this. I do what I say from the heart, stay true like activists. Seeing it all from afar, conclude that the fact is this. Egos and wheel ups, so I'm gonna feed rappers, kids. Step out for food on table, I got a body that's able. I keep my checks in check, hitting the belly, the navel. I keep my best interests at heart, so I gotta save all. But sometimes let that slip and I get into haze temptation. Roll with the tints and black light nation. I bring the mix like whisk and basin. And we can talk breakfast, but no chat to bacon. I got the loud stacks like sound system. And them loud packs for the tax evasion. But Jay comes white like the packs of flake and the stuff you leave when you masturbate, or the lights that they have in the Asda, mate. And I've tried a lot and I know miles. See me lighting my crow while I'll be billing my dope pile.
Eyes on things, eyes on success. Been through pain and I've been upset. Smoking a Cali or screw face, being all anti like I don't really care what's next. Is this me? Is this Tintos? Nah. Is this what they should think of? Nah. Been on the journey, I've come from far. Life is a bitch and it bites you hard. Final lap, final round. I'm acting like it's my final chance. Pass me the mic and I'm shelling it down. Shell down the dance even with no arms. Take this music thing so deep. My music like seeds, they grow into plants. I don't move backwards, only advance. Time to come out the dark. I don't know if I trust the light, but I'm optimistic. Hoping the grass is greener on the other side, where the sky is blue and the sun is nice. Every single day I wake up to make sure my money's right. From the early morning to the late of night, no matter what the time, I always early rise just to get it right. See, I'm coming now, back the way I should. I was lost and found, but came back to good. And I'm shelling off, the fam said I would. I give everything like my final push. Take a look, cause I'll soon be gone. Consider this as your final look, like the final page for my final book. Jakebob and Tints, Merchant knew we could.
Right, then we're back on the line. Jakebob joins us this morning. Duke's Guy is with us as well, of course. Obviously, it's Fresh Friday, so there's loads of stuff for us to talk about. Jakey, first of all, thanks for jumping on the line with us this morning. It's been really fun to kind of talk and actually sit down and go through some stuff that I've actually wanted to know personally for a few years, to be honest with you.
You're welcome, brother. Always welcome.
So with this project, obviously, it's out there, it's done, and obviously, it's a project you've already said you are quite happy with. What's next on the rota for Jakebob?
To be fair, this was the kind of main thing, really. From now on, definitely for the next few months, I'm going to be just trying to promo this hard. So I'm trying to get on radio shows. I've got one coming up on Rinse, not that long. It's going to be pretty soon. One with Trends. I've got my own show still, obviously, on 1020. Yeah. Music-wise, it's a bit hard to say, really, to be fair. And I'm definitely going to drop an instrumental EP with Sidonia as well this year, probably with Lingers as well, because me and Lingers have got so many collabs that we need to get out there, so probably drop something me and Lingers on Sidonia. I think Mojo wants to do a vocal on Chameleon and maybe an instrumental EP on Chameleon as well, so just more kind of homegrown stuff, really. I've got a tune with Sutty we're cooking up as well at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah, I rate Sutty, man. She's sick.
Thank you, man. Yeah, she's decent. So yeah, that's just something we've kind of got cooking up. Just bits and pieces, really, brother. A few instrumentals, a few vocals.
That's good though, man. I think as well, especially if you've dropped a big project like this, you do want to give it a bit of time to breathe. I remember us having a conversation about this a couple of years ago, actually, and we were like discussing the thing of like, you don't have to drop stuff like every week. You can give stuff a bit of time to breathe in the process, and I think it's a wise thing to do with this, is give it a bit of time to kind of exhale, let people take it in, especially with it not being just like a flat grime project, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're right, man. I think, and especially with the fact that it's going to be, that's why I kind of wanted to have these CDs first for a couple of months, because the full digitals for this project are going to drop at the end of May. But I wanted it to be like, if they, you know, like you said, those first couple of months for the people who actually care to reach out, get the CDs, get the digitals in their email, do whatever they want, play it on radio, like, and have that kind of first experience of it.
Definitely, man. One thing I do want to quickly touch on before we finish up is obviously you do a lot of the live streams with Lingers. Like, how long have you been doing those now?
I think it's probably been coming up to about maybe 3 years, probably closer to 2 or something. Yeah, about 2 or 3 years, I reckon.
Wicked, man. I mean, there's something that they always seem to do quite well traction-wise as well, and it is essentially like it's bedroom DJ sessions, isn't it? Essentially.
Yeah, very much. Like Andy's got a CDJ set up in his house that he's been lucky enough to get over the years of buying and selling, trading bits and that. And he just always had them, and I always said, yeah, you should live stream, man, because you've got these decks here and you've got an internet connection, so why the flip not?
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, there we go. We're going to wrap this up listening to Cellar Door, which is an absolute hitter with Sutty. We briefly touched on her before, but like talk me through how you started working together just before we round off.
So Sutty Ella is a girl I went to college with, and we became mates. We were in a philosophy class together, and then we left college. She went off to uni to do her own thing, and I went off and carried on working and stuff. And then about 2 or 3 years after that, we linked back up because she was putting out music and singing, and she said she had a few tracks up that she wanted me to produce and that. And yeah, just obviously because we all really knew each other, we had really good chemistry, like writing together, and it was always wicked. Like, she's relatively close to me as well, so we can go and link each other at houses. And then we just went to studio. Mojo heard a clip of a tune that I put on Instagram, and he was like, yo, I want to sign this and do videos and da-da-da. And yeah, all three of us just came together and made the plans for the tracks and the recording and the videos, and it all just came like that, really. Yeah, really kind of natural, organic stuff, man. Really, I love it all.
That's what I love to hear, man. I do definitely love to hear that sort of thing, especially when it comes out with such good results as well. So what we're going to do next is jump into this tune. Jakey, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, mate. Always good to speak to you and Duke. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, sir.
Man, and yourself. Take care, man.
You too, brother.
Bless. Right then, we're going to jump into this one. This one is Cellar Door featuring Sutty, Jakebob, and then myself and Duke are going to get into Fresh Fridays. So don't go anywhere. It's Cub Cam TV.
Is done. I just watch the clocks cause my second hand is ticking for a rollie. Sitting up in studio with bromies, and I get the cheese and bread like I'm a toasty. Stick it in the pot, I slow roast that. I'm out for the most stacks like Hansel and Gretel. Me, I'm leaving the most tracks. Got plants, no petals. Me, I'm seizing the crow bags. No ramp now, settle down cause I don't wanna blow bags. Try and keep a lid on it, cause life is full of jokers, you won't riddle this. Lost guys so hopeless in the middle, I just soak up on the Skittles, try get rid of it. I only hold one L, that's the captain, and I'm trying to get into it. Spirits in my head and in my bloodstream, my mind's racing, I gotta sprint with it.
I will go where I need to go, my show, my G, just don't give it up. Just a little more, just a little more. If you're gonna tell me I can't, well that's fine, just don't chat to me on my day. Heard it all before, heard it all before.
Pick it up and gather the pace, I wanna be the first around with a platinum tape. Put me in the burst and found if my words don't make a sound, cause I'm aiming for the loud version, platinum apes. And all I want is heavy, so I'm gathering weight, but far too many MCs are just flaccid and fake. I don't sit on my ass and just wait, I got drive and ask some passengers way. Jump around on decks like James Brown. Swear these days that's why I'm losing weight. People say just fake it till you make it, I ain't moving mate. I brush up well, I don't want to decay. The place I live is backwards like Tudor days. Facing up to facts can be the hardest thing to do, but when you do it mate, and the truth's obtained, you'll have a clear sight and remove the pain.
I will go where I need to go, my show, my G, just don't give it up. Just a little more, just a little more. If you're gonna tell me I can't, well that's fine, just don't chat to me on my day. Heard it all before, heard it all before.
Sounds of Jakebob on that one, featuring Sutty. That one is Celador. Massive shout out to Jakebob for joining us on the line. He's a good egg, isn't he?
Yeah. We love a bit of Jakebob.
Love a bit of Jakebob.
Musically or conversationally.
Well, he's always got he's always got something interesting to say most of the time, which is really cool. So it's Fresh Fridays time. It's Fresh Fridays, as the shout out would normally go. So for those who don't know what this section is, this is when myself and Duke Sky put down our expert, unrivaled, untouchable opinions onto the latest releases from around the world, essentially, of urban, underground, dance music, everything that falls into a bracket of stuff we enjoy listening to. So we've got 10 tunes here. We're going to run through, give our opinions on. The ratings are out of 5. You can have up to 5, and 0.5s also count. The original rating for this is off the Trickstar Star. So we're pretty much carrying on that system because it's how we've become used to ranking things. So it makes sense to carry on as per. So the first track on our listing for the day comes from Jabs, a London-based grime MC who does kind of move into different areas a lot of the time. And the thing is, he doesn't release much music, but whenever he does, it seems to be quite a banger.
Yeah. That's it. He's got one in the pocket at all times, I think.
Definitely, man. I think he's one of the. He's definitely. And we were talking to Luciferian about this, but he's definitely someone who knows how to put a hook together.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's creative with the hooks for sure. He uses his voice well.
Definitely. Right, let's get into this one then. His brand new single. This one is Smoke Loud. We're live on Cubcam TV. Bang.
Smoke loud, rolling through my hands. With my friends, got the loudest of the pain. Cali trees, a great 10-10. Smoking spliffs, not smoking scans. Smoke loud, rolling through my hands. With my friends, got the loudest of the pain. Cali trees, a great 10-10. Smoking spliffs, not smoking scans. Right for the ends with a couple of brothers. I said if they build it pure, then we're puffing each others. We're getting trippy at the tabs and we're loving the colours. Investing in our car, I'm a cash cow when I get big. I don't want nobody sucking my udders. Bro, so waved, you can only ride straight, no turns. With a thought there was something stuck in his rudders. And I'm from Abbey Wood, yes, I'm repping my manor. Stacking with that work, I got bangers on bangers. Raised in the jungle, they keep calling me Hannah. Soon see my name on them billboards and banners. Soon see my name on them banners and billboards. On a run, pride is not something I would kill for. Numb to the pain, but their streams, they help me feel more. I like to escape reality when I smoke loud, rolling through my hands. With my friends, got the loudest of the pain. Cali trees, a great 10-10. Smoking spliffs, not smoking scans. Smoke loud, rolling through my hands. With my friends, got the loudest of the pain. Cali trees, a great 10-10. Smoking spliffs, not smoking scans. Smoke loud, rolling through my hands.
Sounds of Jabs on this one. Smoke Loud, something very different from him. Really cool flavours though. How are we feeling about this one, Dukey?
Yeah, no, I've got a lot of time for that. I think that might be my favourite one from Jabs thus far.
I think with Jabs as well, as we were saying, he's definitely someone who goes for the hooks. But this one, the kind of vocal melodies and stuff, they are quite obviously you can hear the auto-tune floating around, but it's not like in your face as much. You know what I mean? I think it is very much his kind of style of being quite loud and quite vocally melodic a lot of the time, even in the bars he normally writes.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's there was probably only about 16 bars of spitting in that, from what I can remember. But no, he uses it very well in both the verses and the hooks.
Definitely.
It's good auto-tune.
Definitely, man. Do you want to take this one as the first one?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick this off. I'll give this one a flow down, actually.
Give it a big 4-5.
Big 4-5.
The big 4-5. I keep forgetting to build these buttons, man. I really need to do it just so I've got them on my screen ready to tap away. So yeah, the flow down is the big 4-5 for those that aren't aware.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's the first rating is in. Man Like Jabs gets the 4.5 for Smoke Loud. So next up, a brand new artist. I've been running this tune all week, and I've been really, really enjoying it. It's definitely one that it came out of nowhere. It just popped up, and it's definitely one that I've been feeling because I feel it is very much a good fusion of the Afrobeat sound with sort of more classic R&B vocal melody. So we're gonna get into this one from Luke November. This one is Lady, and we'll be back in just a second. Fresh Fridays.
It's that love,
quick Nando's, I'll take you to a meal. Understand my plan, take you on a trip up on the ocean. But we hop in a helicopter on a vacation, yeah. I've seen an island run for no one, but this miracle up in me gonna move a mountain. This feeling real, me no need a potion. But first I must express my emotion, yeah. I'm a rapper, but I'll sing to you, baby. And you know I go love my lady, oh. Glide through the night and bright spirit inside, take you where I know that you like. I'm a rapper, but I'll sing to you, baby. And you know I go love my lady, oh. Be by your side through the hard time inside, take you where I know that you like. I'm a rapper, but I'll sing to you, baby. And you know I go love my lady, oh. Glide through the night and bright spirit inside, take you where I know that you like. I'm a rapper, but I'll sing to you, baby. And you know I go love my lady, oh. Be by your side through the hard time inside, take you where I know that you like. I'ma sing, 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 yeah. I'ma sing, 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 yeah. I'ma sing, 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 yeah. I'ma sing, I'ma sing, I'ma sing, I'ma sing, I'ma sing, I'ma sing. Tell me, have you ever planned a step on a cruise? Nails done matching the outfit and shoes. Or comedy night out, well I'll fill a room. Or driving to Ali Pali, look at the full moon, yeah. Tick box for your smile is amazing. Tick box for your eyes, they're my favorite. Tick box for the fire that's alive, but the main tick box is for JC inside. No need to worry about others when it's you. Covering your back like a blanket in his shoes. Taking my time out to learn about you. And I pick up your ex because of him I'm with you, yeah. No need to worry about others when it's you. Covering your back like a blanket in his shoes. Taking my time out to learn about you. And I pick up your ex because of him I'm with you.
Ladies, I see the power in you. The power to give birth and bearing it too. Taking a house and making it home. All you want is love, you don't care for a throne. Not happy with your man, but you wanna feel secure. Need to look through his fake words and seek cure. Stops you from achieving, girl, and that's poor. Gotta kick it to the curb, cause you deserve more.
Bands, I love it. Faith, I love it. That big appetite that you got, man, I love it. Grace, I love it. Face, I love it. The character you got, I adore and I love it. Bands, I love it. Faith, I love it. That big appetite that you got, man, I love it. Grace, I love it. Face, I love it. The character you got, I adore and I love it.
I'm a rapper, but I'll sing to you, baby. And you know I go love for my lady, oh. Glide through the night and bright spirit inside, take you where I know that you like. I'm a rapper, but I'll sing to you, baby. And you know I go love for my lady, oh. Be by your side through the hard time inside, take you where I know that you like. I'm a rapper, but I'll sing to you, baby. And you know I go love for my lady, oh. Glide through the night and bright spirit inside, take you where I know that you like. I'm a rapper, but I'll sing to you, baby. And you know I go love for my lady, oh. Be by your side through the hard time inside, take you where I know that you like. I'ma sing, 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 yeah. I'ma sing, 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 yeah. I'ma sing, 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 yeah. I'ma sing, I'ma sing, I'ma sing, I'ma sing, I'ma sing, I'ma sing. You deserve more than you got. You deserve more than you got. You deserve more than you got. You deserve more than you got.
Right then, we are on the line with man like Duke Sky. It's Fresh Fridays here on the Cubcam YouTube channel. Out to everyone locked in right about now. So what we're going to do is talk about this brand new one from Luke November, brand new artist who popped up on my feed this week. I've been running this one all week and I've been really enjoying it. I think it's actually the most played track from this week. Track entitled Lady, very different in its approach. Obviously it takes a very sort of very kind of Afrobeaty style instrumental, but flips it up vocal wise. I think there's a lot of kind of R&B inflections on there. Dukey, how are we feeling about this one?
Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, this was your find. I haven't wrapped my ears around it before. no, he seems like an interesting guy. This Luke November, I'm just looking him up now.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, had you heard of him at all prior to this?
Literally, this tune popped up on my feed, and listened through it. I tell you what, this scenario has actually made me a lot more open to listening to people that I haven't heard before as well. It's definitely made me kind of go, well, I'm looking for new music every day, because I try to find 8 new songs for each show, just so we can have like fresh sounds on every day. Obviously, there's some tunes which carry over every day, and this is a tune which has actually carried over every day this week. But this is what I was saying when we had Lucy on last week. Like, this is probably the only time, definitely so far in our lifetimes, probably won't happen again, where you're going to get the entire of the public's full attention. Definitely. So,
as artists, as creatives, whatever, you need to make use of that. And I think, it's nice to come across artists like this. I'll definitely be keeping my eye on Luke November in future.
Good stuff. I like the name as well.
Not just in winter.
Not just in winter. But yeah, no, I like the tune. Structurally, I really like it. I didn't realise how long it was, actually. I've been playing it a week and not really realising, because I'm getting lost in the source more than anything else. But
That's good, though. That's good. I'm fed up with the 2.5 minute tracks.
Literally.
But I understand why you do it, especially like streaming age. You're only getting paid for a certain length. Like, why bother? But it's still art, still music. So it's nice, man. It's nice to hear.
Definitely, man. I think as well you can do more. You know what I mean? You can expand the composition. You can explore different areas. You can revisit bridges.
I haven't heard a third verse in the longest time.
Literally,
third verse is just mythical these days.
It's like you pretty much seem to see people going from intro, first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, bridge, chorus again. That's seemingly the structure. What's happened to a third verse, man? Why is it such a an unusual thing to hear? But yeah, we're gonna go ratings on this next one. This one is mine. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna match you with the flow down. This is another big 4-5 for me.
I thought you was gonna max it out.
No, I'm gonna go 4-5. I'm gonna go 4-5 primarily because it's the first thing I've heard from Luke November. I don't think it would be right to give a full mark to something when it's the first time I've heard of an artist. I think that's something that you kind of develop, because I don't know if he's gonna get better than this.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, you want to give him room to grow.
Yeah, I think more than anything else, I think giving room. But I think a 4-5 is very fair. I like the composition. I like the fact that it is a tune that evolves as it goes. It's definitely got callbacks. It's got a nice kind of call and response tone to it. I just like the composition of it in general more than anything else. I like the fact that it evolves as it goes.
Yeah. Shouts to Mr. November.
Good stuff. Let's move into our next episode then. Next edition. Next episode. I was going to say it's next week already. This one comes from another new artist which I've seen floating around. This one is a singer called Tiana Blake. This one goes by the name of Monday. Again, sort of futuristic R&B vibes on this one. We're going to get into this one.
Neo soul by any chance?
It's you know what? I wouldn't call it neo soul. I'd call it a little bit more R&B than neo soul.
All right, good. Well, I'm up for a bit of variation. Let's get it.
Let's get into this one then. Monday by Tiana Blake. It's just gone 17 minutes past 11 here on Cubcam TV.
I feel like a puppet on a string. And my patience is dying to a thin. Keeps telling me to quit. I'm ready to leave from the minute I clock in. But it ain't that easy. I can't bite the hand that feeds me. It's the constant battle in my head. I'm giving all my time away. I think that it is time to face. I can't keep walking towards a dead end. I'm losing my mind. I'm keeping myself locked up on the inside. I ain't looking forward to Monday. I think I might call in sick. I'm done with this shit. Watching the clock till the end of the shift. Hey, I ain't looking forward to Monday. I think I might call in sick. I'm done with this shit. Watching the clock till the end of the shift. I know that there's a way out, but I'm scared to go a different route. I'm lost safely, and leave it all behind me, yeah. I'm losing my mind. I'm keeping myself locked up on the inside. I ain't looking forward to Monday. I think I might call in sick. I'm done with this shit. Watching the clock till the end of the shift. Hey, yeah. I ain't looking forward to Monday. I think I might call in sick. I'm done with this shit. Watching the clock till the end of the shift. I've been working all week. No sleep for me. See, I've been working all week. No sleep for me. I've been working all week. No sleep for me. See, I've been working all week. No sleep for me.
Right then, we're going to cut that one off there. We are live on the Cubcam TV YouTube channel. That one goes by the name of Monday from Tiana Blake. Again, a brand new artist that that's the first time I've actually heard of her, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, name doesn't sound familiar to me. I may have come across her musically before, but not to my recollection.
Yeah, so really cool styles on this one. This one's yours, obviously. Do you want to talk me through your feelings towards it?
Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head before. I wouldn't go down the neo soul roads, which is good because I think we do get inundated with that. Only because that is the sound that I particularly love, so I gravitate towards it. But it can get a bit much sometimes, so it's nice to hear some of the more traditional R&B sounds, which I think prevalent in this.
Definitely, man. I think more than anything else as well, it's quite refreshing because it's such a realistically, it's quite like a stripped back sound, like classic R&B.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's well from an era before now. I would have said that's what it takes me back to. Probably mid-2000s.
Yeah, I think that's what most people, because you had like sort of slow jams before that, I feel, but with like mid-2000s R&B, very much like every video for some reason was done in like a really heavily sharpened sepia tone.
Bro, every video was the person doing the singing to the camera bit, and then with a little story alongside of someone getting cheated on.
Yeah, every single video.
And then a person trying to make up for it, and usually the woman being like, nah.
And it all being in slow motion. It all being in slow motion.
And a lot of like hand up to the face, like pushing them away. Yeah.
Oh, right, what are we going to go rating-wise on this one then?
I'm gonna go. Can have an 8. Give this one a 3.5.
Gonna go for a 3.5. I'm not mad at that at all, to be honest with you. I like it. Again, it's the first thing I've heard from her. I wouldn't be. I feel there is definitely extra bits that could have been done with it, but then again, that is most likely the style they're going for. You know what I mean? They're going for a much more sort of stripped back stuff. But yeah, that one coming from Tiana Blake. Do go and check her out. Really cool stuff. Next up, we're jumping into a favourite of yours, I believe. Here, this one is brand new from Shay Lingo, featuring Gets.
Yeah, I love this one. Nice follow-up to my block, which was about 2 months ago now.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. Yeah,
and that was it was track of the week down the Trickstar. So yeah, nice, a good follow-up to this. And obviously, is there a better feature around?
We're going to have this conversation afterwards, but I think Gets might be the best for the UK, especially one of the best features you can get in the UK.
Exactly. So fair play to anyone brave enough to take him on, to be honest.
There we go. Let's get into this one then. Don't go anywhere.
Black ones on my feet, trying to stack my coins in peace. Hide my face, profile low, change my number every week. I got bounties on my head, I got family I don't see. Suffocating in my ends, I just need some. The mind is a battlefield. Niggas warring with themselves. Imagine how many man are killed. That story in my cellular. Brain powers writing stories in my cell about man that aren't mobile on the man of steel. Send letters for the capital to buy an extra can for meals. Hookah, they got caught by the blue with a coloured pack of pills, injecting fast money, trying to numb how that famine feels. We already picked that cotton. I don't want to see my famine feels. My brother said he'd do it for a chain, but he's running from the shackles. I pray I never see your face on that mantle. Black ones on my feet, try trying to stack my coins in peace. Hide my face, profile low, change my number every week. I got brownies on my head, I got family I don't see. Suffocating in my ends, I just need some time to breathe, yeah. I just need some time to breathe. I just need some time to breathe, yeah. I just need some time to breathe. I just need some time to breathe, yeah.
Pressure on the breadwinner. How can a chef forget dinner? You ain't a father if you let your kids starve. I'd rather get a 9 to 5 than be away from my kids. Is that £9 a week in jail worth taking a risk? Well, if the licks are $500,000, we be saying it is. Cause we don't plan on getting caught, so we think the plan's exceptional. Now I'm in a can and my girlfriend won't accept the call.
My brother said he'd do it for a chain, but he's running for the shackles, yeah. I pray I never see your face on that man, oh no.
Black gloves on my hands, Sally on my face, workouts on my feet, quiet in the car, tired in my street. I've been thinking about that money and it's finally in my reach. I've been thinking about that money and it's finally in my reach. Mike Skinner, you can find me in the streets. There's no shepherd near the bush when I'm hiding from police. There's no weapon when they look, we don't slide it under seats. They won't let me off the hook, if I'm bait, we gon' see.
Black ones on my feet, trying to stack my coins in peace. Hide my face, profile low, change my number every week. I got brownies on my head, I got family I don't see. Suffocating in my ends, I just need some time to breathe. Whole mouth full of caps, God is value when I speak. Police, they got my friends, yo, them people got my G's. Opposition know my name, now my mom don't get no sleep. And repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat, yeah. Black ones on my feet, trying to stack my coins in peace. Hide my face, profile low, change my number every week. I got brownies on my head, I got family I don't see. Suffocating in my ends, I just need some time to breathe. If I'm honest with you, I've been having dreams. They've been flirting with me heavy, trying to get me in my sleep. I've been dodging so much corn, I'm losing weight, my mum can see. Running weed and getting caught up in my thoughts and trying to cheat. Now she pregnant with my youth and there's another mouth to feed. Man, I don't know what to do, just turn my pagans back on street. I'm dying to put this smash down and go and mash this P. If I die, that's not a man down, that's a style sheets. If I cry and put my hands out and beg for life this week, that's police. And they just told a young black one to freeze.
There we go. That one coming from Shay Lingo, track entitled Black Ones, featuring Gets. Wicked tune.
Powerful.
Very, very powerful tune. I like the layout of it. I've got to say, I think there's a lot going on. Shay Lingo is definitely someone who's growing on me quite rapidly, I've got to say.
Yeah. Well, I think that from an artistry standpoint, more than anything else as well, I think he puts the song together really, really well.
Definitely, man. I think there's a lot of variation in his flows as well. I like the fact he utilizes that sort of distortion effect quite early on as well. It gives it almost like a bit of a punky feel. Obviously, like it almost sounds like he's shouting what he's saying for a megaphone, which is quite cool. And then obviously to secure a feature from Gets as good, and it's a good Gets feature as well.
Yeah, very, very solid. Well, what else do you expect?
I mean, sometimes you do get features, not from Gets, I'll say that clearly. He definitely always shows up for the features, but you do sometimes get people who'll turn up for a feature and just kind of like, it's almost like you can feel they've written it in the studio just before they're supposed to go and record it.
Yeah. No, I don't think you're ever going to get that from Gets. You know, that's a master craftsman right there. So
definitely. And yeah,
it's going to get top drawer.
I think more than anything else, it works as a back and forth as well. The layout of the tune, everything. Conceptually, it works really, really well as well. And I just think it has near enough everything. I think I'm going to have to go for the 5 on this one. You know.
Jeez, okay, yeah,
I think I'm going to have to go for the 5 purely because I can't find anything to fault about it. It's a good length. It's 3.5 minutes. Obviously, everything over like anything over like 3 minutes 20 for me is like, that's fine. You know what I mean? I can get enough from a track within 3.5 minutes. Anything that's obviously, you get longer tunes as well. As we were talking about the Luke November one earlier, that was cool because it kept advancing. You know what I mean? I feel this was storytelling, but like musically, it didn't need to advance that much. It was almost like the setting was there. It was just the field in which people can talk over it and tell the story. But yeah, definitely. I think a 5's fair on that one.
I concur with the 5. Yeah, I'll go with you on that.
You know, whenever I hear the word concur, I just think of what is it? Catch Me If You Can.
Oh yeah.
Where DiCaprio goes, "Do you concur, Doctor? Do you concur?" Don't know why, that's the bit that always sticks in my head. Right, we're moving on to something a little bit different next. This one is brand new from Hot Since 82, so we're moving into a more sort of tech house direction with this one. Really cool tune though. It's something that I've been It's a tune from Hot Since 82, which is a little bit different from the norm, and we're going to listen to it. There's a massive sort of breakdown in the middle, so we're going to kind of like phase it out and start talking over and giving our opinion during that, because otherwise it will go on for a long, long period of time. And I've just realised it's already 1:30, so we're going to have to kind of like get through. We've still got 5 tracks to get through after this, so I want to make sure we get through everything. This one is Makeup from Hot Since 82. Don't go anywhere. Then this one coming from Hot Since 82. This one is Makeup, something a little bit different from them, a lot more kind of immersive than normal. I'd say they're a lot more kind of strict with their sort of techie flavours. But this one's quite immersive in its design. How are we feeling about this one?
Yeah, no, it's definitely something different to the playlist so far, or the entries so far. But no, I think it's I don't know, it's tough. I'll tell you the truth here. I'll keep it absolutely a bean. It's difficult to sort of put me in a position to really enjoy this when I'm sat in the yard in isolation.
Definitely. I mean, but isn't it? It's interesting that people are still going ahead with the sort of houseier releases, though, isn't it?
Why not? I mean, I've had a couple of my pals hit up group chats like, "Yo, has anyone got the mixes? They need like them 2-hour long mixes just to keep you going while you're doing whatever you're doing throughout the day." So, no, there's definitely still a hunger for it. But me personally, it's hard to just envisage myself shaking a leg when, yeah, it's 11 a.m. in isolation. that sounds like the next Drake freestyle, by the way. 11 a.m. in isolation. 11 a.m. in isolation.
But yeah, so what we're going to go rating-wise on this one, then? I'm just going to say as well, I do put these in a random order. I don't think about who's going to get which one beforehand. I'm going to say that.
No, of course. I would hope you're not doctoring it like that. Doctoring shouts to Lacey. We're going to go with I'm going to go 3.
Going to go for a 3. I'm not mad at a 3.
I'm going to go down the A diddle.
I'm not mad at a 3, to be honest with you. We're going to move into the next one, which is a very interesting one indeed, and I think we're going to have a bit of a discussion about it afterwards. This one comes from Marshmello, who links up with Giggs and St. John, which is just a bizarre.
Shout out to St. John though. He's a sick rapper from New York.
Very nice. I think this might be the first time I've actually heard a St. John tune. I've seen his name pop up, but I've never listened. So there we go.
No, shouts to him.
Let's get into this one then. Marshmello on production for Gigs and St. John. What a weird collaboration.
Hey, Southside, where you get all that drip?
Mellow made it right.
Roasties up, ghosties problems. Mostly toolied up, goons, ghosts and goblins. Now, mostly bougie stuff, mostly problems. No, she said she was, but no, she wasn't. Yeah, posted hoodied up, yeah, Dolce bottoms. Yeah, she looking sweet, but low-key rotten. Yeah, soldiers Uzi'd up, best know we got them. Yeah, only dudes in touch, but low-key Gotham. He's in the back, he got the massive Glock. He's on the left side, squeezing the Macintosh. Hollow man's back, you know that I'm back on top. And everyone eats, and that's when the ration stop. You sat on the fence, you're getting me tense. Now go get my money, my 20%. Big movies over there, best know we shot them. Yeah, only dudes in touch, plus
We've been through all of this before. Cocaine in and drugs, pistol by the pocket, baby, ready for the war. Coming from the bottom, scratching pockets, no we fall. 10 years later, same, just more mature. We've been through all of this before. Ducking from the wall, hoping that forever comes. Knowing it's a lie, but only life that we saw. Pistols in and draw, cocaine in the corner pocket, hoping that you know we've been through all of this before.
I do not have me no friends. I gotta go fund me in a Venmo, so if I love you depends. I got a brother to shoes, I ain't just wiping the prints. I did the math, the graph, and giving you half ain't making no sense. I'm still real and I'm still screaming, bro, Brooklyn. Grace ain't in that good book. Dope game in my cold veins, so cocaine in my cookbook. Dark skin in my Snow White, I think it's a good look. Picked up where you left off and I gave back with the hood took. So calling it now, next year I'm taking a Grammy. Usually Shaniqua exclusive, tonight I'm just thinking about taking a and they just know I'm the kid, so I'm just taking a 90. The back out they pack, I'm relaxed out the sack like I'm taking a Zanny. Man's on a crusade team. There's an aim at your head and they cover your top on a 2K team. They play with your heart just a bobber cause they on a 2K team. I tell a back to kicking and pushing and skate on a Lupe team. If it is black then I'm black and I'm black and I'm back on a Duce team.
Cocaine in and drugs, pistol by the pocket, baby, ready for the war. Coming from the bottom, scratching pockets, no we fall. 10 years later, same, just more mature. We've been through all of this before. Ducking from the wall, hoping that forever comes. Knowing it's a lie, but only life that...
Sounds of Marshmello on this one, alongside Gigs and St. John. Wicked collaboration. We're live on the Cubcam YouTube channel. It's Cubcam TV. It's Brekky In The Cave. It's Fresh Fridays. It's 1,000 names. And this, there are 1,000 ways we can describe this one. So, very interesting tune. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, nice. Well, caught me by surprise for sure. I didn't even see this one. Well, I didn't pay attention properly to it even when it was in the listing. I didn't clock it was a Gigs and St. John feature. And definitely didn't clock it that Marshmello would be making... Well, these aren't typical Marshmello-y beats.
No, definitely, man. I think obviously everyone knows Marshmello for kind of running around in a big sort of
dressed as a marshmallow.
Dressed as a marshmallow, smashing like Tomorrowland and stuff like that with like a mad with just like mad stage production and everything along those lines. So then to hear him kind of switch it up, I think this poses the question for me a lot of the time is because we've seen Diplo do it. Diplo's like the definition of an EDM mastermind because he can make anything he wants. It does kind of pose the question: would people like Marshmello make stuff more like this if it was as popular as EDM?
Well, I think it's more popular in terms of like its effect. It's going to have more of a cultural impact. I think if you're making songs like this and you're going to actually gain more acclaim now and in the long run rather than making EDM. But yeah, guaranteed those festivals are going to make you probably a lot more money.
Yeah.
So it just comes down to what you're really about. I think for someone like this guy, I mean, I can't say I've ever taken him too seriously to the point where I pay attention to the music he's making. I mean, you see a guy up on stage dressed as a marshmallow, Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're not thinking, talk to me about concepts.
No, what do you want me to do with this? Because it's not making me want to tune in. But you slap Gigs on a feature, you slap St. John on a feature, and then now you got my attention.
Definitely.
And from there, it's about what you do with it.
I think
that's that beat was cold still. So you mentioned about Diplo. I remember it's a random one, but he done that tune with the Beebs a couple of years ago. And that beat was cold.
Yeah.
Like some rapper should have got hold of that.
Definitely, man. I think as well, when you work in EDM as a producer, you do find ways of making very unusual but like cool sounds. I think a lot of the time.
Because they're obviously skilled producers. It's just where you channel that.
Yeah. Do you channel it into something that a vocalist could sit over, or do you channel it into stuff that is literally just going to be as big and loud as possible for the dance, essentially? Interesting point about Marshmello. To this day, I believe he's the only musician to appear in Fortnite, which is quite interesting.
To appear in Fortnite
in the game, there was they do these things in Fortnite where they do like live events. So essentially something will happen in every server at the same time, regardless of what point in the server and the game is. At like 12 o'clock at night or whatever, in every single active game, something will happen somewhere on the map.
What? And that thing was him.
That thing was him, Marshmello playing a live set, which was actually live.
Oh, what? He played a live set in the game?
In the game, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite jokes.
Which is insane, really, when you think about it. I mean, you imagine how many people went and literally were like searching digitally for this room and then found literally Marshmello. It's just mad in total. But yeah, I'm gonna bring this one. I'm gonna give it a 4. I think in total, I'm gonna give it a 4. I like everything about it. It doesn't slap me in the face with like wowness once you get past the fact it's Marshmello making essentially a trap beat.
Yeah.
I think both features are good. Again, it doesn't have like. I like the hook. The hook's probably my favourite thing about it from St. John, but it's not like something that will stick with me forever, if you know what I mean.
No, I'm with you. I hear that. It will sit nicely in a playlist.
Definitely. I think once you get past the shock factor, I think it does develop into like a not standard because it's good, but I just don't think there's much longevity in it past the novelty factor.
I have to say that I got a lot of time for the gigs first. I was just saying off mic. I was re-listening to More Life yesterday, and compared to the gigs first on there, I really like this one.
Definitely, man. Right, let's get into the next one. Now, this is a favourite, I think, from the pair of us in regards to the people involved. This one is Jelani Blackman and Big Zoo with P2P. Wicked collaboration. Yeah. One I've been looking forward to seeing for a while, and I thought this was always one that I thought could happen.
Yeah. Oh, for me personally, I was quite surprised to see it. I mean, now in hindsight, it makes complete sense.
Definitely.
But, I thought they was from two slightly different schools of song making, but no, it comes together very nicely.
Let's get into this one then. Don't go anywhere. It's Cubcam TV.
Check. B.I. And it's the B.I. Yeah. And it's the B.I. Yeah. I can hear them lot are talking loads again. Me, I'm on action, that's what I show to them. Anything that I want, I go to get. Cause I put in the work, I go berserk. And yeah, them man, they know the set. Been levs when I step to show respect. I got the tech, get swept, I throw the leg. If you try block man, then I'll blow the shake. Out the way, out of sight, out of mind. Grow the waves, yeah, that's no cap. If you try something, you get wrapped. So behave, then any hat, that's right, I load the grave. Hey, what you know about B.I.G. on joints today? I hold my lane. Own what I make, same way you sold, you say waste man. I'ma be a G till I'm old and grey. ZW told them and they know the name. Do it for my fam and them man can hold the fame. Roast on the dirt man, learn and grow from pain. I went for the madness, but I didn't go insane. It's only me that controls my brain. Still kick back and man, roll the grain. Chat there, you don't want no smoke in your face.
When you're so bored, shut up. Yo, it's not a thing, my brother. Like when you're so chatty, feeling so soft like bar. Can you relax, take time? When you're so angry when I get mine. Ooh, when they chat shit, never recline. Now I'm in an active till I decline. No, don't rewind, no, never recap. Should I get involved, but I relapse? If I say that shit, then I mean that. Cause my life never weaker than kneecaps. No, I don't care. Red tear, I go clear. You stay here like you stay there. I make them stare. I'm revving high gear with flow with the gear. I see truth, I see real. So many mansions, so many mills, so many people, so many fills. But man, I see make your opinion chill. Just truth like red pills. Had more fun than you had all meals. I've been in the races, I played all wheels. Like I never knew from nobody still.
You know what it is, man? You know what it is, man. Listen, I swear, every conversation I have here, I could be talking about money, I could be talking about relationships, I could be talking about mental health, I could be talking about technology. It goes to the same ending point nowadays, but the internet. The internet. Everybody's net is integrated.
Better go when I DM me, I make her see God like DMT. Hey, yo, BMT, I make them run wild like DMC. Then PC your face like PCP. Who said I went at deep MC? I shut down a show like EMP.
And when we come true, it's all B.I. Larger than life, shows we rise. Man come far from the plans and the vibes in the block with the guys. Man will be sitting with nothing if I never tried. They told you I never worked and they're telling lies. I've been shelling for time. Hold man back, but I'm dead in the spine. The try war, that's long, man, I get in the slime. And you don't know about the bag, you gotta get in your grind.
Get in the time, do them in a bag, don't draw. Got 1,000 and for your head top, desktop jam pack, make crack like pack. More O's in a deal, get snatched like that.
They don't want man back on a track like that. If a man talks smack, then it's done, it's a rap. We ain't into the chat, get slapped to the side. If you act like you're bad, man, a real, that's a fact.
That's fact, man, I better breathe for the impact. Never live an ego intact like pap. Left holes in a soul, no hope, no cap. My brain like a runaway train, no cap.
Control the game, run away with the match. Lick down doors, I'll play with a latch. Fake don't stick out the hole of your batch. If they don't want to give me the powers, then I'm gonna snatch.
Wow. Blown away by that one.
That one.
Yeah, mate. You can probably see on the stream, I've literally been yelling and screaming the entire way through that one. My neighbours are probably going to be banging on the ceiling any minute. But yeah, wicked tune. Jelani Blackman and Big Zoo. This one is your rating, sir.
Yes. No, I'm going to go... I'm going to go 4-5.
Gonna go 4-5. Wow, I would have gone for a 5, but there we go.
I know you would have. It's the first time you heard it, though.
Genuinely the first time I've heard it in full, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what I think you.
It's the impact. You know what it is? The thing I love about it, it's the fact there's the Jelani sort of low end vocal in like a bridge, which is, I think it's like a cheat code. And then you have them going back to back for like 4 bar for 4 bar over that final section. And to hear Jelani go hype and go like vocally in the same tune, it's just exciting, man.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll bump it up. I'll give it an extra 0.5 because you're right. When you think about it, when you do actually deep the tune properly, there's not really anything you could pick up.
I hope I'm not influencing your decision too much.
You've completely influenced it, but it's fine. It's a duo. It's a teamwork.
I think as well, it's good to hear. The thing I like about Big Zoo on this as well is he provides everything you want Big Zoo to provide.
Yeah. Well, and more in my opinion, because I think he doesn't have to do all the melodic. He doesn't have to incorporate the melodies into his verses, but. No, I want to see that from him. So
definitely, man. Wicked tune. Right, we're going to go with that. So we've got 2 5s so far, and both are absolute bangers. So we're going to go to this next one. Again, a relatively unknown artist. This one coming from Zach Oki. This one is a track called Lifetime. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
In this life, man, I've decided to be everything I need. It will come naturally in my lifetime. My lifetime, tunnel vision is right in front of me. Blinded some distractions are far away from me in my lifetime. My lifetime, Striking right on my eye. If I was blind, of course I would mind. Fate would be mine, can't argue with the guy. See my name in lights, accepting what is mine, cause I'm a beat to the lies. If it's too hot outside for me now, I'm chilling, making noise till the sun comes down. I won't go till my name's called out. I'd only go till the sun of my lifetime. In my lifetime, I'm looking for something deep inside my mind. My lifetime, in this lifetime, I'm looking for something deep inside my mind. In this lifetime, yeah.
Sounds of Zach Oki on that one with Lifetime. Again, something very different. Again, that sort of deep voice structure to this one. How are we feeling about it, Juki?
Yeah, no, I like that one. Where'd you come across this?
Literally just browsing around, essentially. I don't really have any sort of press connection or anything like that. I didn't get it on a mailing list. I think I was literally just scrolling through. I think this might have even been a Spotify one, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think this might have been a Spotify one.
got to keep your eyes open in times like this. There's going to be stuff dropping left, right, and centre.
Definitely, man. But yeah, rating-wise on this one, I mean, it's only a 1 minute 51 tune, so that automatically loses a couple of points for me. But in structural terms and everything like that, it's cool. I think I'm going to go for a 3.5 on this one.
Yes, fair play. I can see that.
Again, a new artist. I don't want to shoot too high and then him improve and have no ceiling to kind of hit. But I like the tune. I like his kind of approach to things. Again, similar. Reminds me actually quite a lot of early Jelani to an extent.
Yeah, I can see that influence as well. Actually, no, you said it.
But yeah, there we go. Let's crack on then, because we've only got about 10 minutes left of the show, so I want to make sure we get through these final two bits. So this one comes from Governor B and Wretch Free 2. This one is Fall On Me, quite poppy, but we're going to get into this one and give it our opinion on it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sometimes it feels like I don't belong here. It's been a long year. Hands are made for working and we get them dirty. I've been noticing the traps cause they set them early. It's an uphill struggle and I was never worthy. I don't know why God trusted me with this life. It's like my imperfections, they've been disguised. Devil on my shoulder and he's hoping that my gift dies. We've been praying for angels over this side. I feel for this generation and pray for wisdom. Cause we've been battling failures and addictions. Racism, kids rotting in prison. Trapped in a system, it's like we've lost vision. And I ain't got the answers. Feels like a cop-out when I say I pray about it. Cause times are getting harder, but I feel a sense of comfort when I'm talking to the Father. And when I'm out of words, I don't complain, I'd rather say this. Blessings fall on me, blessings fall on me. Blessings fall on me, like good things fall on me. I need you to. Blessings fall on me, blessings fall on me. On me. Blessings fall on me, like good things fall on me. I do this to affect change. That's why I picked up a pen and pad in the first place. Helps me on my worst days. And I've learned that people relate to pain. Guess everyone wants to know that they're not alone in the rain. And I get that. We're all praying for a jetpack so we can step back and fly over the setbacks. I'm on my Sam Cooke. It's been a long time coming, but a change is gonna come and I rep that. But it's tough when I look into my mother's eyes. To summarize, she ain't been the same since her husband died. Truth is, neither have I or my brother like. Soon enough, see him on the other side. Till then, we gotta look at the positives. There's power in the one that we're following. I guess that's enough. And mom, of course, I'll give you my love. But there's nothing like the love from above. So mom, say this. Blessings fall on me. Blessings fall on me. Blessings fall down on me. Blessings fall on me. Like good things fall on me. Like good things fall down on me. Blessings fall on me. Blessings fall on me. Fall down on me. Blessings fall on me. Good things fall on me. Fall down on me. Yeah.
Too blessed to ever stress, I guess. Yeah. Too blessed to ever stress, I guess. My mother done more praying for me than she done for herself. And if she kept the receipts, I would owe her the world. And I'm blessed, I see her power and her strength in my girl. Guess the apple wasn't far from the tree when it fell. And we plant seeds, hoping that the fruit has the beauty of palm trees. Hoping that their drive ain't determined by car keys. Hoping that their sight sees beyond what they can't see. Hope they know it's real when they feel what they can't reach. Counting my blessings, I'm reaching higher numbers. Turn my L's into lessons, that's how I'm finding comfort. The Lord sees my halo cause he's in my circumference. Stop preying my jewelry and trying to fire judgment. When the blessings fall on me, blessings fall on me. Blessings fall on me. Good things fall on me. Blessings 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 fall on me.
There we go. Sounds of Governor B on that one alongside Wretch Free 2 with Fall On Me. Again, very poppy in the approach.
Yeah, it's not what I'd expect, but it was pleasing on the ears.
Definitely. Very, very warming. But yeah, definitely under that sort of like pop ballad sort of
oh, for sure,
sound.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, this is your rating, so we're going to pass it over to you. Let me know your thoughts.
I'm gonna go 3 again on this one, I think.
What's the reasoning?
Well, I can't envisage myself going back and banging it on at the nearest available opportunity. If it came on, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd skip it, but you know what it is. It's one of them ones.
It's not a one you're going to go, I need to make sure that's in there.
Yeah, straight up and
Definitely.
down. I mean, there's way more Wretch tunes, even in the past few months, that I'll be going back to more. But I guess this one, you have to recognise when a record's not made for you, and I don't think this one's made for me.
There we go. Right, let's get into the final tune of the day then. This one comes from Fisher, takes the name Wanna Go Dancing. Now, this is a tune that has been floating around the stratosphere for about a year or so, but this is the first official release of it, as far as I'm aware. It dropped literally at midnight tonight. But yeah, one of the biggest house tunes of the year, even though it's only dropped today. There we go. Let's get into this one now.
Move, get out the way, my feet wanna go dancing. Move, get out the way, my feet wanna go dancing. Move, get out the way, my feet wanna go dancing.
There we go. Sounds of Fisher on this one. Wanna Go Dancing. Futuristic flavours. It is Fisher, is it? I'm not sure. I'm assuming it is Fisher. There we go. Wanna Go Dancing, again, second of the more techier bits we've played today. I'm a fan, to be honest. I'm a fan.
It's one of those, like, I don't know how you describe it. It's like a driving house tune where it's just constantly like, you feel like you're being pulled along by it.
Definitely. It's not one that's you kind of like throw on and you're like, you notice it, you know what I mean? It's not one that's just in the background.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's probably specifically made for like a rave environment, or a rave-like environment, I should say, in these times, because there ain't no raves.
There ain't no raves. Even house parties are being shut down at this point, so there we go.
Yeah, well, you got the app, you got the house party app, that's the best you can do.
But yeah, right, let's finish up then. So rating wise on this one, I'm going to give it a solid 4. I definitely think there is more you can do. There was a bit in the middle that really annoyed me. There was a really like I'm going to say there was a bit in the middle where there's like a sample. I don't know if it's like I can't remember which sample it was, but there was a sample that was really nicely reverbed, and then the reverb just stops really abruptly, and then it loops. And for some reason, it really just got on my. I heard it. I was like, "Why have you done that? You could have just let it carry, and it would have been nice and smooth." But this time, it's just like, oh, it just sounds like the sample's been like cut off at the wrong bit. That's what it sounds like to me. But yeah, there we go. That is. I'll give that one a 4. So we've got 2 to choose from. We have
Shay Lingo and
Jelani Blackman and Big Zoo. So we've got two sort of like newcomer-ish with sort of more solidified grime names. Both they're very similar tunes actually in their sort of structure and setup. Both they're about 20 seconds difference in length. But there we go.
It's interesting actually. It's like two rap heads with two grime features.
Yeah.
Even though Jelani, I think he's very familiar. Maybe Che as well. I'm not so sure, but they might be familiar with grime. But I would definitely class them as more rap.
Yeah, definitely. More sort of just UK rap artists in general, not even just UK, but just rap artists that cover.
Yeah.
That do that. Yeah. Let's.
That's quite interesting.
So with the picking of this one, obviously I gave the 5 to the Shay Lingo tune, and you gave the 5 to the Jelani tune with some influence from myself. What we'll do is, first of all, because I've got a funny feeling we're gonna emulate here. I think we both go 5s on both tunes.
Yeah.
How are we gonna rate this one then? Which one do you think will have? Okay, let's do kind of setups then. If we go composition, use of feature, and
gonna do the maths.
If we do use of feature, composition, and impact we think it will have. Let's do those 3.
Go on then. I'll go. Who's the feature on the Big Zoo? It's Big Zoo's tune, yeah?
No, it's Jelani's tune. Jelani's first one.
Jelani's
But I
tune,
think I don't even think it's a feature. I think it's an official collaboration.
A collab, yeah. No, I thought so as well. So that's going to be tough to do the feature there. Well, either way, it's Get. So he probably takes it on that one. I'd say composition.
It's difficult, isn't it?
I'll probably. I might give that one to Zoo and Jelani because I like the back-to-back elements in that one.
Yeah, definitely. I feel with the Shay Lingo tune, it's a very good storytelling tune, which does fold into composition. But I feel musically more happens on the on P2P.
Zoo and Jelani. So that's 1-1 going into the last one, Impact.
Now this is interesting, isn't it? Because obviously the Gets feature makes you kind of go, this will have a huge impact. But then you hear the Jelani with Big Zoo. This is the first time Jelani's had like a big collaboration, I'd say.
It's true, and Zoo's doing bits as well. See, he's in the eye.
This is really tough.
But Che's got the ball rolling. He's definitely making moves. So it's hard to tell which one would have the bigger impact. I'm gonna say it will be Che.
I think I'm going to have to roll with you on Che as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think so. Because I can see that tune getting played in a whole host of
different places, yeah.
Everything from like... But to be fair, I can see the other one as well. Like I can see that Zoo and Jelani tune cropping up in some, like they do on BT Sport and Sky Sports. They do highlight compilations and stuff. I can see it being on like one of them. So I don't know, but yeah, we'll roll with Che.
I think you know what it is. I think it's Che edging it by like 0.1 of a point.
Yeah.
Something very, very minuscule. But there we go. We have our winner. It is Shay Lingo with Black Ones featuring Gets. There we go. That is our winner. And we're going to sign out on that one. It's just gone 12 o'clock, so we're going to finish up the show here. Duke, it's been a pleasure as per.
Yes, always a pleasure, sir.
And we'll speak soon. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll go somewhere because we're finishing the show. Enjoy your day. We'll be back Monday.
Don't go anywhere out of the house, though.
Don't go in. Stay inside the house at all costs. Don't leave, whatever you do. And yeah, we'll see you soon. See you in a bit, guys. Goodbye.
Yeah, have a good one.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.